welcome to Bear Clooney Watches channel. I am a bear who loves watches, and on this channel we continuously search for perfect timepiece. But today again, a different subject on my channel. Today is a very special day for Bear Clooney and 20,000 of his friends. You ask me how and why? Well, let me share with you. Today, on the last day of November 2018, Bear Clooney's Facebook group called Horology Talk has achieved a great benchmark. Today, we are 20,000 members strong, and I consider this a joyful day, a truly achievement for a lot of people who contributed to success of that Facebook group, creating a wonderful space, wonderful platform for us watch enthusiasts to daily share with each other. So I feel that as the owner and administrator of this group, I am in the position to share with you a recipe how to achieve, how to create, how to develop successful Facebook group. So let's start with dissecting this recipe. But before, let me just give you a short history how this all started. Approximately a year and a couple of months ago, I was banned from a very large Facebook group where I was drinking a Kool-Aid called a Lion Shark Kool-Aid. And I was in a group in which thousands and thousands of people tend to be kind of horologically brainwashed. They are basically in a group that services a YouTube channel which is all in service of one individual who ultimately makes a living from it by product placement from the horology world predominantly. There are some knives and there are some other straps and gadgets. By drinking that Kool-Aid, you are becoming a part of something what they call gentry, rather unusual. And it has its kind of a cultish approach to the group system and group organization. Believe it or not, I was wholeheartedly in that group at one time, and I believed in the cause. I believe that group ultimately contributes, together with the leader and YouTube channel that he ran, to overall popularization of the hobby, which I love and which I'm passionate about. But slowly you start realizing that it doesn't have that purpose, and that's just a facade. That's just a mask placed on the face of the leader and those who are creating a system in that group. So I was starting to search for another group that would suit my needs and ultimately give me a platform where I can enjoy my hobby, but where I can feel free to be funny, free to share my experience, free to enjoy communication, interaction with other watch enthusiasts, and a platform where I can see a little more than squales, SKX, 40s, and repeatable posts relevant to the product placement. So I went to another group which was known to be a little bit cliquey. It had that kind of reputation where administration is cliquey and pretty much uses the group to bully new members. I didn't last long. I made what I thought was hilarious post in relation to Grand Seiko and Archie Luxury, and I was banned the first day I was in the group. I came to the realization that, hey, might be something wrong with me, or I just haven't found the group I like. And I asked myself, what am I looking for? What exactly do I hope to find from the perspective of the horology Facebook group. And I knew that I'm looking for everything a little bit. I want to see all kind of watches. I wanted to see good conversation. I wanted to see good suggestions and links to other sites. I wanted to learn about other references, such as books, podcasts. I wanted to hear about other experiences. I didn't mind a bit of a trolling. I didn't mind a little bit of a humor as a part of it. So I couldn't find anything like it. So I came to the conclusion that maybe I can just create something like that. And I was the moderator, administrator of this small niche style horology group, which was Orologio Talk, Italian group. And it was at one time ran by Giancarlo, a good friend of mine, who was also drinking a Kool-Aid from the Lion Shark. And he left the group because it was demanded by Lion Shark, and I took over the Orologio Talk, made it international, and with a good friend of mine and my first moderator, Brian Panda, I started a new Facebook group and gave it a name, Horology Talk. I didn't think much of it, but I knew that, maybe I can start working on developing this group, making it what I would like to see it. The first lesson I learned: to be successful in developing, creating, building a Facebook group, you have to have clear objective. You have to have a subject of interest that you want to share with everyone who is a part of that group. So you need to know, what do you want to be topic, subject, interest of the Facebook group that you are developing. Second, I knew that I need help, that all alone I cannot achieve this. So you need to build good group of moderators, and you need to be very cautious choosing those moderators. So don't jump the gun and choose immediately group. Build the group as you build your Facebook group. And pay attention to one thing. Don't let your ego rule the group. But when you're actually building your moderation team, make sure they're not all the same. They're not all with the same approach, same thinking, same personality. Just make sure one thing, that they are passionately sharing love for the subject of the group you're creating. And that's exactly what we did. Kaz, both Richards, Tom, and Brian are all different people. Different age groups, different interests, different personalities, but one thing we all have in common: we all love watches. We love horology, and we're very passionate about subject and interest and main reason for existence of this group. Now, encourage your moderating team to contribute in their own way. Don't set system for them how to bring the people, what kind of people, what rules should apply, but start with simply allowing them to express themselves and to start feeling that this is their group as well. They're not there to do the job. You're not paying them. You share enthusiasm with them. You're a friend with them, so treat them like that. They're your friends. And you ultimately want to invite more friends. This is how you're going to build successful Facebook group. Part 3, the recipe number 3. When you're building this group, you might get carried away and you might get the idea that the number is a predominant factor. Be careful. Be careful how you're adding and choosing people, because the one rule that must apply: they have to be passionate and they have to love the subject. The knowledge is not relevant. We will all be of different level, different stages of knowledge. You simply allow people to come in and learn. But passion and interest has to be there. So this is how you start building a core of your group. And that will increase the engagement of the group, that will ultimately start actions in a group. People will be inspired, people will be willing to participate. You'll have more topics, you'll have more pictures, you'll have more links, you'll have more ideas. And you'll get members of the group, such as, let's say, our Bobby Kumar, who is on every month creating a photo contest on his own, investing quite a bit of time, quite a bit of effort, putting together a photo contest, explaining the rules, receiving so many photographs, which are great, and then having members vote the best photo of the month. This is example of engagement. This is example of one of our members taking additional role. Or our friend Matthew McCabe, who allows us to see watches that some of us can only dream about. And that is certainly a privilege for many of us, an opportunity to ask questions that are firsthand relevant to some of the watches which value exceeds $250,000. How often we get those opportunities in life. For us as a horology enthusiast, that provides a great platform, opportunity to have great entertainment, to learn, and to ultimately enjoy our time in a group. That will make group more active, more engaged, and it will attract more people. Because believe me, word of the mouth is the best marketing you can get in any type of business in real life or Facebook group that you're building. Number 4, if you actually have interest and idea to do things that are of financial nature, that you actually want to monetize your Facebook group, be very open, be very direct. Don't hide that. Don't try to play games. I mean, there are perfect examples of those type of groups that are doing such a great job, like Vadim, the dealer from Moda. He does a fantastic group, which is very engaged, yet it is a group meant for sales of watches. But it's transparent, it's honest, it's direct, and it's opportunity to get a good value. That's to be respected. If you are a hobby group, if you're a group that provides platform to enjoy your hobby, then truly be that. And make sure that people are not bothered. They're not treated behind the scenes, sending messages to sell them stuff. React and control that to ensure the safety of all your members. Number 5. Promote your group in the right way. Allow people who are part of your group to talk about it. Allow them to be honest. Allow them to actually share their experience, and that will certainly contribute to the further growth of your group. Number 6, rules. Rules in a group are guidance. They're not rules of a dictator of the group. Rules are sometimes there to be broken. We are there to talk and communicate and understand each other. We are also there to understand that somebody might make their mistake. We have received in our group, I know for a fact, large number of trolls, which eventually actually became great contributors and great members of our group, because they learned that in our group, humor is welcomed. They also learned that they can participate in other shapes and form and not just the trolling. And they change their approach. So give people a chance to be what they want to be. We are not all made in the same type of mold. We are different in so many ways, and we are there just to share one common thing, and that is passion for horology. Next part of how to be successful in your group. Absolutely do not allow political arguments and discussions if the group is not meant for that subject. That can just ruin the whole thing. Again, we are all different there, and we are there only for one common interest. And that is probably a rule for any interest or any subject and any group that you belong to. So there are some ideas and suggestions on how I think you should be running a Facebook group and how I think you will create a wonderful space for people of the same interest to interact and have a good time together. I would love to mention so many of you members from the Horology Talk because you're truly like a family to me. And ultimately, I will miss many names, so I'm not going to attempt to start listing them. But for anyone that wants to actually experience a great horology collector, enthusiast, passionate people about the hobby, join us. You're all welcome, and you will see exactly what I'm talking about. For those of you who are starting a new Facebook group, I hope that some of my experiences will be beneficial and ultimately will help you create a wonderful platform to enjoy your hobbies and your interests. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helps somebody, and thank you all. See you all in Horology Talk. All the best to all of you from Bear Clooney.